So, at some point down the road, I'm hoping to have verses like Devil May Cry, uh, God of War, a lot of these major, violent, popular video game verses. I'm hoping to have them all pretty detailed, mapped out, and scaled on my channel at some point. And we need to start today with Dante. I haven't given Dante his proper respect. This will be part one of me covering Dante and the characters surrounding him, as well as branching off and covering some of them. I'd love to cover Sparda, Mundus, characters like that. Comment down below which DMC characters you really want to see scaled. But today I want to talk about, narratively, some of the interesting things I found out more about with Dante, specifically when I dove into his comic books. Some of them are tie-ins, direct tie-ins, and even lead-ups to the games. They're very interesting. He has a bunch of crossovers that eventually I'll get to, as well as his game material. So if you like Dante, all kinds of content related to this, hit the like button, hit subscribe. If you want to become a member, comment down below and I can get you 80% off via the Cash App deal. Definitely worth checking out. We have over 100 members already and we have a blast. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I want to get into part one of exploring the power of Dante across many levels. I'm very excited, and without further ado, let's begin. Now, the stuff I'll be talking about in this video, they do happen, some of it, at least in the game, is shown in game, some of it not, because I'll be talking about comics, but the runs I'm talking about are the Devil May Cry run that mostly covers Dante's original mission. As far as, like, I remember playing the first game, it covers up through that and more, up to the point of when he tries to move past Virgil. And then there's the Chronicles of Virgil comic, which is amazing. I really like Virgil's character. And that one has scaling for Dante as well. So we're kind of going to cover what was fleshed out a little bit more in these comics for me. And then next video will be going over the games. But there is a lot of crazy scaling with the tie-ins that should be supported by the game. And I've seen some jokes about his AP scaling like as low as island level. That's ridiculous, and I'll get into why. So first of all, multiple times throughout the comics, at least narratively, in terms of power, Dante stated to be reminiscent of his father Sparda, if not much more. For the reason why this is so important in terms of power is because Sparda was capable of taking on Mundus. Mundus is a character who is casually able to create a being of pure evil power called Nightmare. Nightmare with a capital N. Now, I'm going to give you guys some scaling advice. Whenever you see something that can usually be attributed to as a concept like nightmare, dream, death, if it is capitalized, investigate. That's usually a sign it's more powerful than you may initially think. I had to do that with Nightmare. I found out Nightmare is stated to casually be able to destroy the entire realm of the underworld or limbo. Right, so it'd easily be a threat to the regular universe. So if it's like casually at least uni plus busting, just being a pissed off ball of energy, Mundus casually made it and tied it down and sealed it. He was like, okay, this might be a problem. Sealed it. Dante's also casually beat it up before when it had help. But I'm just saying, these beings that Dante's supposed to scale to, if not above, especially his father beat Mundus, okay? And he's supposed to scale in raw power to his father, if not above, even early on in lore. Mundus, obviously himself, says he can casually wipe out the universe, humanity, and everything that stands in his way of reality. When he does indeed, make his way there. Of course, Sparda stopped him, and then Dante later on is going to be the one that's destined to be the one to come back and stop Mundus when he is brought back, right? But Dante, even as a young teen, and this was shown in the Chronicles of Virgil, and I thought it was very interesting, he was shown to have power even back then that potentially was beyond even Sparda. So Devil May Cry, of course, beautifully shown and drawn in the comics. His eyes, Dante, are some of the most daunting in the verse, and it says his look of pure just power and greatness in terms of a supernatural killer would even make the devil cry. Like, it's that potent of a glance, and he is very overwhelming. I mean, while joking around in the comic, he dodged Virgil. Virgil is a character who can casually create rifts with his sword. I'm going to discuss this feat a little more in Virgil's independent video. Hopefully you guys, want to see that. But Virgil is able to have the power to combat a living rift, which is a clash between two dimensions or two bare minimum universes. That collision between that tears open space-time between two universes, causes dimensional rifts. He fought a living embodiment of a rift or two universes clashing, and he won. He had the raw power to do so. Dante, in a lot of ways, should scale above him. Even as a teen, when Virgil was observing him, and this is before Virgil fell completely to darkness, young teen Dante was in a prison which stated, even by Virgil, no one could break out of, which should include Virgil as well. And in this prison, teenage Dante had his sword, which he has his father's sword, the sword of Sparda, and he raged, used the devil trigger, which is a stupid power amp. Basically unlocks your demonic side, which of course he is demonic, at least half. He's a half-breed. When he freaked out, he casually broke out of prison, and Virgil was like, dude, I've never seen any kind of power like that. So when you have this level of power shown from an unexperienced Dante, that's ridiculous, because in his run, when he progresses further, when he is, known and renowned as a supernatural killer that even will do it for free because he's just trying to fade his ops. By the way, the comics make you appreciate Dante's character a lot more. He came from a horrible background, had to really come up, get his respect. Very good sense of humor as well. All that, but he is about that life, right? And we've seen constantly him get stronger even when he was already a hunter, him get more skilled. Even though he jokes a lot, he does progress. And at one point, when he was fighting turned Virgil, who's stronger, who, completely embraces the dark demon side of himself, he's fighting him and he says, oh, like, you've literally already increased your power. Like, even your devil trigger is stronger. So he, even back then, teen raging is seen as possibly beyond the power of even Sparda or Mundus, and then he only gets stronger. So the power of Dante, I feel like when you assess this in terms of what characters that he scales to, like Mundus and Spardas have done, or Sparda, I don't know why he's so slept on. I do think with this scaling, even initially, it's casually uni plus to even more, because of what the threats other characters have dealt with. And then Nightmare, like I spoke on, and this will be discussed more when we really get into the game lore with Dante, not just comics and outside media. But Nightmare had help against Dante. Dante still got the W pretty easily. So yeah, overall, I definitely recommend you guys check out the Devil May Cry comics. It does a great job, I felt, of making you more attached to the character, because I didn't really like the gameplay of Devil May Cry, so I didn't really care about the character or the story back when I tried to play it and when I tried to play it recently. But this has given me even more appreciation for the series, so I'm going to give it another try, give more and more analysis on his lore, his strength, his power, all that. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this part 1, where I kind of discussed some of his earlier days, what he could scale to. If you want the part 2 where I get into the game, because most of this stuff that I just talked about occurs before Devil May Cry 1, or even in some parts of Devil May Cry 1, but not fully. So if you want more and a part 2, hit the like button. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy YFE. Unfortunately, your boy's been quarantined for at least a week. But good for you guys, because you'll be getting a lot of content, because there's nothing else to do. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a terrific weekend, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.